That's Haylee Fuller from Sydney Uni Staminade, and she's with BREE Wilson of the Rock Salt Attacker team, who's moving herself to the top of the general classification. Their advantage is still at 43 seconds over the group that contains Justine Barrow, who won race number 2 and started this race as the series leader. It won't be by the close of business today.
Yeah, that chasing group of 5 riders is a really strong chasing group, but they've got 45 seconds to try to bring back in 4K, which I don't think is going to happen today, but definitely been a very impressive ride by these 2 ladies. I don't think any of us predicted that the winning move would go on lap 2 of this jungle circuit, but they went early and took them by surprise and have been riding a super impressive race.
Yeah, I thought it would be a small group and perhaps a breakaway, but on the last lap, there's no way I expected an under-19 rider such as Haylee Fuller to be the one who forced the move and broke away so early and then would be able to hold everybody off. And her and BREE Wilson together have been outstanding.
Yeah, and we're just seeing the power numbers that they're riding at now, and they're in the numbers of around that 300 watts and 180 beats per minute, which is pretty impressive coming from any rider, yet alone a junior. So definitely has been an amazing effort, especially for such a long race too. They've almost been racing now for 55 minutes, which is a long race in Swift, and just makes this effort even more impressive to hold off this chasing group that is a very high caliber with like Vicky Whitelaw. Yeah. She's won stages in the Giro d'Italia before.
Yeah, these sort of numbers that Haylee Fuller are producing are motivating me to ride anonymously on Zwift. And Dennis Shaw is joining the conversation via the Zwift Community Live on Facebook, and he's made the note that she's now taken, Haylee Fuller, the Queen of the Mountains segment on this course, which is impressive. So she'll get the fastest lap jersey for the jungle circuit.
Yeah, everyone likes unlocking those or getting those jerseys, but that's what that little symbol means next to her name too. BREE Wilson has a little jungle one at the moment as well. Yeah.
Yeah, BREE Wilson. Impressive. And there's the comment from Dennis Shaw. I love the fact I think Dennis is around about 70 years of age, former winner of the Melbourne to Warrnambool. He's Pat Shaw's father. He is that obsessed with cycling. He's loved it his entire life. He still rides regularly on Zwift. He's pretty keen to do a few races on Zwift, which he has been doing. And he gets upset when he gets beaten by people who are 50 years younger than him.
No, it's awesome to see such the variety of people Swifting, and yeah, I think it's really hard to just jump on Zwift and then end up doing a recovery ride, because most times you end up racing someone. Yep. But you're going to be seeing these riders are going to be coming. Very true.
Okay, here we go. We're down to just over 1 kilometre remaining. 37.4 kilometres is the race today. They've just clicked over 36.4 kilometres covered. It is a 2-up battle between BREE Wilson, who sits at the back, and she's got that drafting power up in effect, and Haylee Fuller is the rider who's at the front.
Yeah, interesting that BREE, it looks like BREE Wilson is using her power up now with it was a little bit too early leading into the sprint. So I would have held off on that and waited for the last couple of 100 meters, but they have less than a K now, and they're going to be seeing the finish line quite soon. And we know that BREE Wilson has used her power up. So it'll be interesting to see if Haylee Fuller has one.
Well, she now goes to the front. So the youngster, Haylee Fuller from Sydney Uni Staminade, is at the front. BREE Wilson, who will be moving into the overall series lead, she now returns to the head of the race. They're inside the last 500 metres. This has been a fantastic performance between the two of them. Fuller, who took out 2 gold medals at the Australian National Championships in Ballarat at the start of the season, is locked in a battle with BREE Wilson, who now opens up the afterburners, and she's out at more than 10 watts per kilo. But Fuller, she does have the lightweight power up, and she's up to 11 watts per kilo. The youngster strategically has nailed it with the power up, and she's burst her way across the line to take the win. Outstanding performance by Haylee Fuller. And now the race is on for the minor placings and to see what the time gap is.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting sprint for third, with the riders of Justine Barrow and Vicky Whitelaw really contesting this GC, as we're just waiting to see where they might be in terms of the finish line now. But what an awesome sprint by Haylee Fuller.
Brilliant. The timing is going to be all important for BREE Wilson. BREE Wilson is going to move into the overall series lead. Justine Barrow should have enough to hold on to second place in that series. She's looked really strong at the front of that group. Vicky Whitelaw also at the front. It looks as if Vicky Whitelaw might be just coming across the line for third place on the stage. Eliza Politis, the next best, then Justine Barrow, Bree Vine, Nicole Frayne also in that group. It has been a big battle, but the 2 stars at the front, without question, Haylee Fuller and BREE Wilson, have been outstanding.